amazing, beautiful soul family. I'm Coach Susie, and welcome to the Beyond Abuse podcast. I have a special guest today, an awesome guest today. It is my sister from Movement Makers. It is the one, the only Miss Belinda Harris. She is the executive director and the owner of Rocket Science HR LLC, my apologies, and the CEO and owner of Rocket Employment LLC. She is an executive coach, a speaker, and an author. She has an extensive background, very extensive. You could talk about that yourself, Belinda. But she has an amazing program, and she has a 90 days to employment journal. And I wanted to invite her on today because in the time that we are facing right now, there are a lot of people that are unemployed. There are a lot of people that are feeling discouraged, right? They can't get a job. They can't understand why they're not getting hired. And I wanted to bring her on today to give us some of her tips, her tools, and resources that will help other people in the community. And hopefully some of you guys can reach out to her directly and see if she can be your HR professional and get you hired with the tools that she provides. So without further ado, go ahead, Belinda, welcome. Thank you for joining me today. Go ahead and just let us know about all the good stuff that you got going on. Let us know about your 90-day journal, whatever else you got going on for us.
Okay. Thank you. I want to start with thank you so much, Susie, for having me on. What an honor it is to be on here. And to everybody, my background is in human resources. That is what my background is. My passion is in human beings. My goal, my one word is dream, because I can help you reach your dream of employment. I love giving and I love helping. And when I started in the social service field. When I got into that, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it, and I always felt like, what can I do more? And then I got into human resources,
Right.
and I also enjoyed that. And then I combined the two loves together, which is how I got Rocket Science HR and Rocket Employment. So I'm happy. I'm grateful. I'm happy to be here. I just want to tell the difference between Rocket Science HR and Rocket Employment, because a lot
Okay.
of people may
Yeah.
be wondering, why do you have two?
Uh-huh.
So Rocket Science HR, I'm in the state of Georgia. So Rocket Science HR, we help people with disabilities get jobs. So we
Oh.
have a state contract with our Georgia Vocational Rehabilitation, and a state contract with our DBHCD, which is Department of Health
Mhm.
and Developmental Disability. So we have a contract they reach out to us and say, hey, we have a client who needs help with a job, and we help them.
Wow.
So to get help from us, you have to come through one of those services. In doing so, we had a lot of parents to say, hey, can you help me? Or hey, can you help my brother? And we were like, no, because Rocket Science HR is just strictly for the contract, which
Right.
is how we came up with Rocket Employment, because that can help everybody.
Sure.
Is the difference between the two. I
Um,
don't have to, I don't really talk about, because
mhm.
we get that through our referrals.
Right.
But Rocket Employment is what I talk about that can help anybody. They don't have to be in Georgia. They don't have to be in the United States. So that's the difference between the two.
So Rocket Employment is like a Kelly Services. It's like uh it's like, is it kind of like a temp service, or it's just tell us more about that.
So Rocket Employment it's a service to help guide you on the path of employment. So we do resume writing, we do career coaching, we have books, we have planners. Also, I'm also an HR director of several companies. So they contract us through Rocket Employment. So
Oh,
we're also their HR department. So
no.
Rocket Employment does that as well. So we are, some people may see this and hear this and be like, hey, that's our HR person, because their company contracts with us to do HR. So we also do that, which is one of the benefits of using us, is that we are current. We're still practicing human resources. So when I say what your resume looks like, because that's what we practice, that's what we look for. When I say this is how you should interview to get the job, because we're doing it. It's not something that I used to do. It's something that we are doing right now.
Absolutely. So I think that
Right.
is a
So
good
my
leeway. I'm sorry. I think that's a good leadway into your boot camp because I was just gonna say that. So like you're offering resume services and all this other stuff. So tell us about the boot camp and how long is it and how can people get involved in that boot camp?
okay. So for the since the pandemic started, I've been talking about eventually we're going to get through this. It was 35 million people left unemployed. And I was saying, what are these people are going to do? What can I do to help these people? Because I know that I can help
Mhm.
these people. Normally, our services are hundreds, hundreds of dollars.
Hmm.
But I know that people coming off unemployment couldn't afford that and they need help now.
Right.
So we put together this boot camp that is 2 hours jam packed of resume 101. That's what I call it. What your resume should look like, the strategy used for your resume, cover letter, reference pages. We also talk about how to win the interview, how to do a phone interview, how to do a video interview, how to do a face-to-face interview, how to do a group interview. And then it also talks about how to look for a job. A lot of people will say, and I'll agree with this, networking is key,
Uh-huh.
right? But sometimes you don't know anybody.
Mhm.
You can still get a job. A lot of people are so afraid of, well, if I apply online, it won't. I'm going to show you in the boot camp how to apply online for a job. It is about who you know. Sometimes it's how you apply.
Right.
So I'm going to show you those techniques, how to apply, how to win the job fair. Job fairs are out there. And a lot of times, the thing about the job fair
Mhm.
is I get the point, but a lot of times people do it backwards. They send out this mass communication. Some businesses come, thousands of people come, and their businesses are usually overwhelmed. I'm going to show you at this boot camp how you get ahead of all that, how you beat the system so that when you go to a job fair, you can use it effectively and be able to negotiate and get in. I'm
Wow.
also going to talk about salary negotiation. A lot of people need that. They don't know how to salary negotiate.
Mhm.
So at this boot camp, it's 2 hours,
Mhm.
2 hours of your day from 10:30 to 12:30. We're going to give you all that information. We're going to hand out some free gifts as well
Mhm.
to help. I mean, because again, we want it to help as many people as
Right.
we can. Although we do have a limit
Mhm.
of 100 people, so
Okay.
our cap is 100 people for this session, and it's $29.99. So we've tried to make it at a reasonable price because normally it's $99.99 or $199 for this type. So 2 hours jam packed that people can come in, get what they need, get off the call, apply for a job, get interviewed, and hopefully be starting a job sooner than later.
Wow. That's awesome.
That's what the boot camp is. Yeah.
That's
And
awesome.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
excited for you. That's awesome because so many people, just like you said, so many people don't really, and a lot of people get frustrated and upset because they were hoping that they would get that job and then just a little detail in their resume or maybe something that they said or I think it's amazing to have this kind of community, this kind of outlet to help people to get the tools that they need, the tools and the resources, because that's really what it's all about when you're going out there, even in networking. It's about getting the tools and resources that you need to carry you further, to get that job that you want. I know personally, I didn't negotiate salaries. I didn't ask for what I'm worth. And I think that that's very important. But a lot of people fear that, right? Because they're already out of a job, right?
And they don't want to be rejected, and they're afraid of being told no. There's a way to say everything. It's how you present it.
Mhm.
They go, at the interview, your resume. Our motto is your resume gets you the interview,
Mhm.
your interview skills land you the job. So that is one of the things that we're going to talk about. So I'm gonna give a good example. I could write Susie the perfect intuitive coach resume.
Mhm.
I can. You could take that resume and go apply for other jobs. But let's say you have other skills, which I'm sure you do, that I don't know about, that you're going to apply for other skills, other jobs.
Mhm.
That one resume won't fit those other jobs. And a lot of people take that same resume and try to fit it in all the jobs. And that's the wrong resume strategy. You want to think about your resume as fishing bait. Okay. If you ever been fishing, so I haven't been fishing as an adult in a long 100 years, but you can fish with bread, you can fish with worms,
Yeah.
you can fish with crickets, you can fish with other fish, right? You can
Yeah.
use all that for bait.
Uh-huh.
So your resume is bait. So you are constantly switching it up depending on one, what type of going after. Like me, I put bread on there because I don't like worms or crickets. Because I put my fishing thing, get the little bitty fish
Uh-huh.
so I can look, I caught something. But it depends on what you are catching.
Right.
If this, if bread's not getting me what I need, then I go to a worm. I need to change, that is your resume has to be the same way. And a lot of people just use that same one resume and apply it to all these different places and then wonder why I haven't heard anything.
Right. Okay. And
Same thing with the interview.
right. Absolutely. That's true. So, this boot camp, we know you're in Georgia. Is it specific to Georgia, or are you doing online? When does it start?
It is online.
Oh,
It's an online boot camp.
awesome.
Yes. So anybody, that's what I'm saying. Anybody can come. They can sign up. Well, it's 100 slots. So it's
Uh-huh.
the first 100 people, because we want to make sure that we can help everybody in that.
Right.
So it's the first 100 people. It's online. It's 2 hours. And that's the other thing too, because a lot of times, things are all day. And I think people are almost, zoomed out or teamed out or
Yep.
whatever. But 2 hours of jam packed is not boring. It's interactive.
Mhm.
You're going to get a ton of information, useful information, current information that you can use right now.
Wow.
Um, One of my certifications, or all of my certifications, are in it's current in human resources.
Right.
So I have to attend human resource conferences, keep up with my
Mhm.
information to make sure I'm current.
Right.
So the information that I'm giving out in this boot camp is current information on what you need to know about. Maybe you don't want to go back to work.
Mhm.
Maybe you've been working from home and your boss wants you to come back in
Mhm.
and you don't want to do that. What are your options? Every Wednesday at 4 p.m. I have what they call, I go live on Instagram
Mhm.
where you can come in and ask these questions. And I have people asking me about, I'm pregnant. When should I tell my
Wow.
supervisor? All types of questions because people don't know their rights,
Wow.
or what to say or how to say it
Mhm.
or
Yeah.
who to say it to.
That's awesome. Like, I love the fact that it's online because, then everybody, because yes, just like you said, I forget what that number was, but there are so many people that are unemployed and needing this assistance. And I love that it is such a low price that people can invest in that, because, a lot of people might see the price or whatever, but you have to be willing to invest in yourself if it's not working. If what you have been doing has not been working, maybe it is your resume, maybe it is some things that you're doing in the interview. And I think it's great that you are offering this service to people to say, hey, if some things are not working for you, I'm here to help you get through that and give you these current and up-to-date tools and resources that I've been learning about to help you go further in your job search or your career or whatever else it is, if you want to stay and work from home,
That's right.
because people have gotten spoiled with working from home and not
Right.
being in the office. So when does it begin? Is there an end date? Is this going to be an ongoing thing? Tell us about that.
So it is a one-time event. June 25th
Oh,
is it's a one-time event because the unemployment stops on June 26th. So people are going to need, and part of the unemployment, the extra money of unemployment is that they have to start now actively looking for a job and documenting and turning those numbers in,
mm,
which is on June 26th is the last day.
wow.
So I'm going June 25th to give you that information. Now, if I have well over 100 people
Mhm.
and I need to add another day, I'm
Mhm.
willing to add another day. But for right now, it's a one time event of helping, because normally my trainings aren't all three combined. It
Right.
may be just how to win the interview. and then that's a training. This training is going to cover all three things: resume, interviewing, and how to look for a job, which is unheard of ever combined in 2 hours.
Right.
So
So
I'm excited. I mean, I hope people sign up. I hope people take advantage of that.
absolutely. And so since I know that it is going on the 25th, what I'll do is go ahead and stick this in the middle of my podcast. I'll go ahead and stick it in. That way I can get it blasted out for you before the 25th. So then that way, absolutely. Yeah, because I think so many people need this. So many people feel like I feel lost, feel like, you know, and who knows what else they're feeling with unemployment about to end, you know. And it is very frustrating. And yes, there are a lot of other places that are hiring, but you know, yeah, you can go and work at McDonald's or Wendy's, but does that accommodate your schedule? You know, like you have to factor in so many things. And also, does it accommodate your lifestyle? You know, because yes,
Right.
we can get rid of a lot of stuff. And I'm sure a lot of people have gotten rid of a lot of stuff over this past year and a half, 2 years, you know, with COVID and stuff like that. But what else, you know, what else do we have to give up to, you know, we shouldn't have to give up our entire life because of this one instance, you know. And I think that really is what COVID came to do. But you can fight back and say, no, I am going to advance myself, advance my knowledge, advance my salary, because I don't have to stay in this situation just because COVID came and wrecked shop. You know, you can make the necessary changes in every area of your life to succeed. And be better.
That is so that is you hit the nail on the head. You don't have to just sit there. You know, I tell people we're not trees. We're not stuck in this situation. We can walk around. You're not stuck in Georgia. You're not stuck in Florida. You're not stuck. Yeah. And you don't have to just lay there. But you have to do something. That's the difference. So it's not going to be handed to you, but you don't have to stay there and be stuck. And I think that's one of the things that you teach. You know, that you don't have to continue to be abused. You know, you can get through it, but you got to put the work in. That, you know, I read something that you post today. You're not that friend. You're not that friend. I think you wrote that. It came out. I think I read on Facebook that you're not the friend who's going to let you have a pity party. You're not. That's not you. And that's the whole thing. If you need help, we can help you, but you gotta step too. I'm a step, you step. I'm a step, you step. Not me doing all the steps and dragging you along. We have to step. And same thing with employment, and which leads me to the 90 days employment journal. The 90 days employment journal, which is a journal that I wrote that you can get a job within 90 days. And this is post-pandemic, pre-pandemic, whatever, but is you doing the work. It's not going to happen without you doing the work. There's no secret to turn to page 12. This is a job you apply for and you'll get a job. That's not what that is. You know, you have to put the work. It's giving you the tools for you to, the tools. A hammer don't work if you don't pick it up. It just don't. I can put the hammer by the nail and say, go, you know, get to work. If I don't pick the hammer up, that nail's not going down. Right. And that's what this is. This hammer. This is the hammer. Right. I can't. You know, that's what these sources are. You know, these tools. You know, the stuff I teach. If you don't put it to practice,
you're not gonna get it.
It doesn't work. And that's so the 90 days to employment journal is that you can get a job within 90 days. I'm telling you how to, and it's different from the boot camp. This is telling you, giving you accountability, because you're writing down what you apply for. Is giving you some tools as far as some resources to use. It's giving you inspiration quotes every day to try to help motivate you. And it's telling you where you should be. By the end of 90 days, you should be employed. And if you're not, why? Did you apply for more than 5 jobs in 90 days? Have you changed your resume? Because you should be employed within 90 days, period.
Right.
Period. Dot. In less than 90 days. I'm saying 90, but in less.
Right.
Because if you were doing then you'll be employed. And people may say, well, that might not. At Rocket Science HR, we help people with disabilities who wish they had some of the skills that some of these people have. You know, we help people who people have written them off saying they don't need to work or what can they do? And they want to work. And we go in, we follow the techniques that's in this book, and they get a job.
Right.
So there's no excuse for any able-bodied person,
Uh-huh.
able-bodied person who can come out there and look for a job, but you have to be the hammer. I can give you the hammer, say
Yes.
here's a pretty one, never been used,
Yes.
wrapped up,
Mhm.
but if you don't pick the hammer up and start hitting,
Yes.
then you'll still be in the same spot.
Yeah. Because just like you said, it's not going to take 90 days, but the key is making
No.
sure you're doing every step. I'm giving you the book. I'm giving you the journal for you to document everything. As long as you follow these practices, you will have the job before 90 days. But if you skip and if you scrape, it's going to take even longer. But if you apply yourself, you can have a job in 30 days. What they say, if you
Thank
create
you.
that habit, if you making that a habit every single day and being
Right.
consistent with it, you'll have it. You'll have it, but you got to
That's
take the
right.
time to apply yourself. So the 90-day journal, is that something additional that the boot camp people can buy? Is that a separate thing? Do you offer like a additional support group for us? Let us know what comes with the 90-day journal, or how can somebody get the 90-day journal, or if they have questions, do they just come to your Instagram? Let us know how we can
Okay.
purchase that and do that.
So for for all of our products, you can go to rocketemployment.com. So all of our services are on there. The resume service, if you just wanted that. The 90-day journal is on that. So the 90-day journal is different from the boot camp, because the 90-day journal is a journal. It's
Mhm.
not it like the boot camp. We may be giving out resume templates. We may be giving out cover letter templates. And we're going to be giving free stuff to make it as easy as possible for you to jumpstart. So
Mhm.
the 90 days to employment journal don't have free resume templates and things like that. It doesn't have those things. It is just the journal to guide you through to follow the techniques.
Okay.
So although so this is a surprise, we are going to give away a journal or two or three or four
Oh,
or a
nice.
few. We are going to give some away. It is not part of the event. If you buy one, you're not going to get the other unless you win the free prize.
Okay.
Right.
Awesome.
So that the other thing too is that I've written a couple of books, and I'm gonna hold them up.
Okay.
I've written a couple of books,
Mhm.
and all my books are you can read in an hour or less, because I don't want to make complicated. I'm not trying to get you through fluff.
Mhm.
This is what you need to do at an interview. Period.
Right.
You don't have to read 6 chapters to get to one tip.
Right.
So my books are thin because all the information is right there. So I have a book about interviewing. I have a book about resume, how to write a resume. But my latest book is called 15 Reasons Why You Did Not Get Hired. And I'm going to talk about that too in the boot camp, because a lot of people, like you said, don't know what they're doing wrong. I'm going to give a good example. Just this week, because I've been interviewing for these, the companies that I'm the HR person. So people are hiring, and these are professional positions that I'm interviewing for. So we're interviewing for these companies, their Zoom, and people are doing it on their phone. Fine. You cannot interview and somebody else is driving you. Okay, because let me tell you why. It's gonna make me dizzy, for one, because I'm gonna be like, oh, because you don't want somebody to crash.
Right.
I'm trying to do an interview, and so that's not acceptable.
Mhm.
If you do it in your car, which I've had somebody do it in their car, pull over, because all I'm gonna be like, oh, that's such and such. Oh, I know where that is, because you're
Right. You're
giving me something
distracted,
else to
right?
look at.
Right.
You're right. I'm distracted. I'm dizzy. I'm like, you didn't plan, because
Mhm.
you didn't plan. You knew. It's not like I said, okay, Susie, at 11 o'clock, be ready. I'm going to call you,
Mhm.
and it's 11:15.
Mhm.
You knew 2 or 3 days ahead of time we were going to interview. So
Right.
you didn't plan. If
Right.
the time I gave you didn't work for you, you could have said, can I pick another time? Okay.
Right.
So we're already starting off like
Yep.
that wasn't a good decision of yours.
Mhm.
Then you got the whole car can hear the interview.
Mhm.
So it's not like you got headphones on where it's just me and you. The whole car. People need, it's small things
Right. Wow.
that add up. Now they thought they killed the interview. They thought they was getting down with the get down. Like, they're squeezing me in, right? I'm interviewing for a
Yeah.
professional job with benefits, with the whole thing, and
Mhm.
you're squeezing me in on your run.
Right. Yep.
That's not how we make that's not how you make a very good first impression.
Right.
So at the boot camp, and again, they thought they were killing it. They
Mhm.
were like, man, I'm answering these questions. I got this.
Mhm.
And I'm thinking to myself,
No.
ain't no way. Because you already started off on the bad foot.
Right.
Ain't no
Absolutely.
way.
Yep. Yeah.
So it's the little things like that that people are oblivious to,
Mhm.
that they don't realize in an interview what you can't do, what you should and should not do.
Right.
So at that one, the 15 reasons why you didn't get hired, and that it gives a lot of tips.
Mhm.
People they may think they're doing a good job in the interview, and really is you're not.
Right.
And
Absolutely.
I'm going to talk about that at the boot camp as well.
That's good because yeah, you have to make sure that you set aside that time. It's just like if you were going into the office to interview, you wouldn't take your kids, you wouldn't, so
Thank
treat it the same way as if you were going into an office. Yes, I know everybody's doing Zoom, you're at home and things are different. You can call on your phone, but still treat it like it's a regular interview, like you're actually going into the office to sit face to face with someone and talk to someone. You wouldn't be driving around in your car if you had to go to an office. You wouldn't have your kids in there. So don't do it when just like you said, the little things matter. And a lot of people think, well, I'm just trying to get a job. And it's like, no, you gotta treat this just like you would a normal job interview. Yeah, it's convenience now, but you have to still so block out your time, do whatever it is that you need to do. I think that's a great tool and resource to help people with because yeah, unfortunately, it has made us a little bit lazy, if you want to say, and not really, you know
right.
you still got to bring that same kind of work ethic because that's the same work ethic that you're going to bring to that job, right?
And again, you want to give the at least perception, even if it's
Mhm.
not the reality, the
Right.
perception of I'm taking this serious.
Right.
Because you could have said, pull over,
Mhm.
right? Pull over. Because you could have did it in the parking lot. I had a lady said, I apologize, I'm in my car. My internet went out in my house. Now, how do I know she was at her house? She could have been at the grocery store, but she set the stage of
Right.
this is why I'm in my car. And
Mhm.
we conducted the interview.
Right.
So don't be driving. Ask the person to pull over. Interviews aren't hours long like they used to be,
Right.
and give it your undivided attention. And I would say have nobody in the car with you, because this one lady kept looking at, I don't know who she was talking to, as if, what did you think about that answer? And I'm like, oh, I thought it wasn't that great. But I mean, it's those type of things. And the thing
Right.
is, this is the thing. So let's just say Susie and Belinda are interviewing for the exact same position. We
Uh-huh.
got the exact same experience. We got the exact same education. So we're here.
Right.
So now, as an HR person, I'm gonna decide who over is it gonna be, Susie or Belinda? So then you start picking apart the little things, and
Mm,
that's what I'm talking about. Did
mm,
I make eye contact? Did I get on the call on time? Did
wow.
I have a backup? It's the then you start putting those together.
Wow.
So that's what I'm saying. You could be the greatest person,
Hmm.
but how do I know that? Because your presentation is on a trash can lid.
Wow.
You don't present your best self on a trash can lid, is what
Wow.
is what I'm saying. And you want the little things matter. And I say that in my book. I say that in my courses, not just this one on Friday, but
Mhm.
I say that all the time to our clients.
Mhm.
It's the little things.
Right.
The little things matter.
Right.
Because when it's all said and done and everything is equal,
Hmm.
then what else are they
That's,
going to go on?
ooh, wow.
But
Y'all hear this? She giving y'all some nuggets. Do y'all hear this? If y'all equal, they gonna start picking y'all apart. So you have to make sure you are on your best behavior. Y'all, if y'all don't get in
yes,
contact with Belinda, this is the best person to have on your team when you are trying to find a job. Hell, when you're an entrepreneur, so how can we get how can we get those books? How can they get those books? I know you said that they're on the website. Do you offer, are they on Amazon? Do you have, or are they just on the website?
They're strictly on my website at rocketemployment.com. So they're strictly
Okay.
on my website, rocketemployment.com. They're not on Amazon yet, but when you order them,
Mhm.
I ship them out immediately.
Okay.
So rocketemployment.com, you can get in contact me with at info@rocketemployment.net. So you can email me there. I'm on Facebook under Rocket Employment. I've had people send me, I had this one lady just out the blue randomly started asking me these questions about her supervisor wanted to call her in for a meeting. Does she have to go? And
What?
which I was that made me feel special, that I mean that she thought enough
Yeah.
to come
That's,
to me, because she must have seen some of my stuff.
yes.
So I'm reachable. So Facebook, Instagram, Rocket Employment. Our email address is info@rocketemployment.net. We're on YouTube. I got over 100 videos on YouTube. I'm about interviewing, resume, career advice, sitting in the hot seat. You'll see the one and only Susie on Sitting in the Hot Seat. She's on there. She's on one of those videos. But career advice, just all things employment, as it relates to employment, confidence building, things like that. Not necessarily me, and I'm not the one always doing the teaching,
Right.
because my area is not in a lot of
Mm-hmm.
some of these areas. So I bring in other people to
Right.
give their little nuggets off of that as well. Like on confidence, but HR stuff, that is my realm. But
Yeah.
that's how you can find me. I'm on all of those. I'm on all those places. I'm even on TikTok. I'm no Susie on TikTok. Not even close. Not nowhere close. You see Susie way up ahead and you look way, oh, that little dot right there, that's me. But I am on.
Yes. And
I am
stay
on TikTok.
consistent. Stay consistent. I grew my audience organically. I got on in December. I stayed consistent and I'm almost at 6,000 followers. So I just stay consistent. And
Wow,
that's
that's
what it's
good.
about. It's about being consistent and give them tools, them tips and resources. I'm gonna blast this on my TikTok. It's gonna be blasted on my Instagram. Every time I blast it, I'll put it on there on TikTok, and then I put it on Instagram. It goes automatically to Facebook. Then I'll put it on my Facebook page, and I put it on my Twitter. So we're gonna get people to know about this boot camp, to know about this 90-day journal, to know about all the stuff that you have to offer, because it's needed. It's needed for the people. And what better? You are an amazing tool. Like if I had somebody on the inside, you on the inside. Like I'm giving y'all an inside plug right here. If y'all don't take advantage of this inside plug, I'm getting y'all the inside plug. She gonna help y'all. If you are not in that entrepreneur space, because I understand that we are not all in that entrepreneur space, Belinda is there to help you with your job needs, with you finding that career of your dreams, with you getting that great resume. And she's giving you these tips and tools. This is an inside plug for $30. If y'all don't jump on that, I don't know what to tell y'all, because if I had this plug back in the day, I would have given $30 to help me with my resume, to help me land that interview for the job of my dream, for the salary of my dreams. I would have asked for everything that I was worth, but I didn't have that. And now y'all got it. So you got any last words for us before we get off of here?
So I want to say that a lot of people make resumes out a lot more complicated than what they are. We can help you. A lot of people don't take the interview as serious as they need to. We can help you. A lot of people don't know how to search for a job appropriately or effectively. We can help you. The pandemic left a lot of people hurt, afraid, don't know what to do next. The Get Hired Boot Camp, it can help you. It's at a reasonable price. I want to help you. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram. You can, even if you don't come to the boot camp, ask questions. Ask questions on Instagram, ask questions on Facebook. Don't just sit out there and wonder. You're not a tree.
Right.
And let me help you, give you the tools that I know that I have to get you where you're trying to go.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for letting me be on the show today, Susie.
I want you to come back, because I want to talk about entrepreneurs, and how can we assist you with, because I know you do internships and all that other stuff. So like I got some questions about that. So we might have to do another interview where I can help entrepreneurs.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, because we all need that. It's
absolutely.
not just
whenever you're ready.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll reach out again, definitely, because I do have some questions about, internships and just being an entrepreneur and how to go about that, like hiring an intern versus hiring somebody, because then you can get to know somebody that way, so and what will that take, and if I can help a fellow movement maker, a fellow sister, and help myself too, then it's a win-win. So I definitely will be reaching out because I want to have that interview with you about that, because you have so much knowledge in that area. And like I said, you're a great tool, you're a great resource for that, because I don't know that. A lot of us have not gotten the job of our dreams because we didn't have this valuable information. And I think that what you're offering, what you're giving out, is so very valuable and so needed at this time right now. I had to have you on. I had to talk to you about this, and I want to be able to promote what you got going on because so many people need it, and it's a beautiful price. You can't beat that. You can't beat that. To get these tools and these resources, you might mess around, come out of that boot camp, and have a job.
Right. No? That is the plan. That is absolutely the plan.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So invest in yourself. You are the greatest investment anyway. Invest in yourself if you want something different, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
so I appreciate you. I thank you so very much for giving us all these nuggets. I'm about to blast this stuff out for you so you can get some people in that boot camp.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
I enjoyed this.
Oh, thank you for
all right.
being here. I'll reach out again so we can schedule again, okay? And I'll have all your information in the description box, and I'll make sure I put all that information when I blast it out, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Right. Bye. See you later.
Bye.